project overview. So today I'm going to be remaking this one, and for these two I kind of go over as we start the materials or go through making this, what the difference is. So you can just follow along with what I do here, and if you want to put the flower, you put the flower. These are great to make to hang in the kitchen. I actually made these two will be in my kitchen. I made a pair. Also, if you have kids home for the summer vacation or you're watching your grandkids, grab an extra spoon down at the dollar store and give them some paint and let them decorate. Get a picture of them, place it down in the center there. Let them do what they want to do. You'll find that children are very creative. If only I could have my creativity I used to have as a kid. But they make great gifts and stuff, so everyone can enjoy making the wooden spoons. So let's get on to the materials list. Let's go over our supplies. You'll need a wooden spoon. I recommend going down to your local dollar store. I got 2 spoons for $1. I have one that is with the slots, and then I have a regular one I'm already prepping for the tutorial. You'll want some white craft paint. You'll need a pitcher cut into an oval. You'll want 1 doily. Now, if you're using this size, you'll want 1. And then what we do is we go and we cut that doily right down the middle and then across. If you are using the smaller doilies, what you're going to want to do is have 2 of these. You're going to want some bling on the roll, and that's what this is. You're going to want some ink, any ink color that you would like. I'm going to use Toppy Crunch for inking around my spoon. It's a very light tannish brown. And also I'm going to use Teal Zeal. You'll want any background stamp. You don't have to have this one. Any background stamp with words. Now, I did use washi tape, and I'm going to use it again when I create this one. And it just gets wrapped around the handle of the spoon. This one is a white with a brownish script color. If you don't like the brownish script writing, there is the black. I am going to be creating a new spoon in this tutorial. If you like this one and want to do exactly the same, the only difference is what I did here. I used washi tape on white cardstock, and it's the gold with the white dots. Then what I did was I die cut my flower out, and then of course there were leaves. So that's how I achieved that. Flat back pearls. You will need 2 medium and 1 smaller one, as you can see here. Any ribbon of your choice, and any embellishment, whether it be a flower, butterflies, anything that you would like to embellish your spoon. I've got several embellishments sitting off to the side that I could use when I recreate another spoon in this tutorial. With these, this butterfly, all I used was the foiled fancies that I had some left over. And I just clipped them out, and I used Teal Zeal. I inked on top of it. I let it sit for 10 minutes. Then what I did was I used a sponge paint applicator. I had poured some of this onto a piece of cardstock. I dipped my sponge applicator, paint applicator in there, and then I just kind of went blop, 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 and blotted it all over. And while that was still wet with glossy accents, that's when I sprinkled the wings with pearls. And then what I did was I put glue, and I'm using the Art Glitter Designer Glue. I put it heavy down the middle, and then I put my prills over it. And then what I did was I glued the two pieces together and set it off the side and let it dry for like 30 minutes. Now I'm going to, with what I'm creating today, I am going to have 4 white roses and 3 blue roses. I just grabbed these out of my craft drawer. Any flowers will work that you would like to place here. Now this is a good project, like I said, to not only for you, but for the kids who are home for summer break. Okay, first things first. When I did buy the 2 spoons, like I said, one is smooth and one had the slots in it. It doesn't matter about the slots. One of these is the regular spoon, one has slots. Makes no difference. In this case, this one has the edge. Well, by the time I get my doily on there, you know what, it's really not going to matter too much about that edge. So grab the spoon that you would like, and let's go ahead and paint that with the white paint. My spoon is dry enough, and we're going to begin. I'm going to first grab my Toffee Crunch, and because this is a very bright white that I used, and I want to tone it down just a little bit, I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit here. Once I have gone around the edges, I'm going to get some of the darker of this off. All I did was just kind of come down my spoon a little bit, just to take some of that bright white off. Let's get the stamp that we're going to use, and I'm going to use this one. And you'll want a scratch piece paper here, ready to go. And I'll ink that up. And the first thing I'm going to do is stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp right on there. Stamp off. And that's good enough, I think. Okay, I'm going to get some of that off there. Now, once this is dry, I just ran a little bit more of my Toffee Crunch over it. Let's grab our washi tape. Now, you'll use the washi tape that you like best, and all I'm going to do is tear off enough that I need. Just enough to wrap around the back. Whoops. And you don't have to measure the distance in between. You can just kind of eyeball this. Just wrap that as best we can around that edge. Let's go ahead and find the ribbon that we want to use. And I'm just going to take some off here. It's easier for me, so I'm not. I'm going to leave these long for right now, just trimming up a little bit of the excess. Once you have your bow where you want it, and I would wait until you have your flower arranged to find out how big or wide you want your bow. But once you find the size that you like, I recommend putting a little glue, like hot glue, underneath there, just to keep it from sliding up and down your spoon. The next step is we are going to cut pieces. Now we're not going to wrap this all the way around. We don't need to do that. All we need to do is cut a piece, and I'm measuring from wrapping this end piece around the side and over how much I actually need. And now all I'm going to do is glue that down. And I'm going to do that for each, right on top of that washi tape, the top of it. I'm going to do that all the way up my spoon. So let's do that. I've got my bling down. I'm going to grab one of my medium-sized black back pearls, and I'm just going to put that right at the center there. I'm then going to put one right here. And then I'm going to glue one right here. Let's get our doilies. Oh, one more thing. I did not use art glitter glue to hold down the bling. It was too hard for me to hold it in place because going around the edges there. However, if you want to do that and use clamps, I just used hot glue to get these down really quickly. Okay, if you are using very small ones that are only this size, you'll want two. You will glue one down here, and then you'll put the other one, glue that one on top, because our picture will go down in the middle, and it will cover this part up. Let's get our cut pieces. If you were cutting yours into 4 little sections, we will need to trim off any pieces that look like that. So first thing I'm going to do is just figure out where mine needs to lay. And I'm going to snip off anything here. Then I can lay my picture in the middle and snip off anything else that looks peculiar. Okay, so I know where mine needs to be. So now all I'm going to do is start gluing these pieces down. Okay, mine is down. Now what I'm going to do is add glue. Now because there's an indent in there, I do want to make sure that I get glue in there pretty good so that it catches around there. Now you have an option. You can push your picture all the way in to make it flush with the curve of the spoon. I just laid mine mostly just to catch around the edges there. I'm going to let mine dry for a moment. I have this, and it's going to go, instead of a flower, I'm going to place this in the middle of my bow. And it's going to take a moment for this to completely dry. And I'm going to clamp mine down. You can use binder clips, you can use whatever you would like. I'm going to use this to help it stay in place, just like that. Okay, to create that, I have a couple here. Let's grab 2 butterflies. In your case, if you're going to make this one and these smaller ones, grab 4 butterflies. You'll want 2, 2 for the larger and 2 for these. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my teal zeal out. And I am just going to blot. Now you can go heavy or you can go dark, but I like to go a little dark because once I put that glossy accents on that brush, it's going to pick up some of your color. Okay. On that one I didn't go too dark, but I think on some of these I might want to. Okay. So if you'd rather watch what I'm doing first before attempting, you can do that. And also you can make, with these foil fancies, it's awesome. I actually made this, and I made a bunch of other ones too. This one's double layered. You can do a ton of different things with the foiled fancies, from sanding it, you can paint it, you can just about anything. Ink. Okay, so I've got that on there. I am going to grab my glossy accents, and I'm going to stick some, oops, off to the side here. I'm just going to put some down. Now I'm going to take one of these brushes. Now what I usually do is, as soon as I am done putting the glossy accents on there and doing this part, I immediately go wash mine, or it will ruin your brush. Okay, here we go. I got it on there. You're just going to blot. These are smaller, so they're going to pick up. You're just going to blot like that. And notice how it looks like it's got bubbles on it. I don't know. I'll bring this up. Okay, let's see. If I zoom in, maybe you'll be able to see. Looks like it's got bubbles now on it. And my fingers are all gooped up. Yeah, come in focus, please. Maybe there. Hopefully. Okay, so really quick, while that's still wet with the glossy accents, I just took some prills and put it over and sprinkled some on my butterflies. Now you do have to wait for this to completely dry. Now in order to keep your prills on there, they'll be stuck, but have you ever made something and you've done something like this, but if you bump it too hard, they'll just fall off? Well, we're not going to have ours fall off when we're done here. Okay, so first of all, let's get as many as we would like on there. I've got a few over there. That's good. And I'm going to put my glue right down the center of each one of these. Now, if you get too much glue, you can grab a tool, or if you have an old blade on your craft knife like I do, what you can do is you can just scrape that off. If you can see. You cannot see a thing. My apologies. Okay, what I did was, because I was still zoomed in, so sorry, is I sprinkled the prills on the wings, then I put some glue right down the middle, and I'm using my craft knife right now to wipe off the excess and get the middle of the body of the butterfly to where I want it. As you can see, there's a big glob right there. Easy enough. Just use your knife to bring it all back in the center there. Now let that dry. Wipe off any excess you don't want on there. Okay? We're going to come back to this, and we're going to let these dry for about 30 minutes. Back this out so I don't forget. While mine, I'm going to put this up here in case you wanted to make this one. While these are still drying, I'm going to set some of my flowers. And what you can do is actually put one of these roses, or any rose that you make, right in the center, or if you have packaged roses there, and give it even more detail. I'm going to place this one here, one at the bottom. So this is where we're at so far. Whoops. I'm stuck. Well, I'm pretty dry there actually. I didn't quite have to wait that long. Okay, grab your scratch piece. You will want a sponge head when you're doing the glossy accents, or it just doesn't seem to come out the same way. Let's squirt some on our thing. Okay, I'm going to put these right back on my little sheet there. And you're going to do the same way. You're not going to go like this. We're going to do the same way we did before, just blotting it. Trying to keep it. And you need to be dry when you do this, or else it defeats the purpose. They'll all come up. There. And I'll let that coat dry, and then they will be ready to place. Once your butterflies have dried, we can place them. And it's going to take a moment for these for the glue to dry on these, because they are the metal. And you can bend these so that and you won't snap them. They're good quality. One thing you can also do is add flowers to the center of these if you have smaller ones. I'm going to trim down my bow. I wanted mine smaller. Okay, mine are all dry. This project is complete, and I hope that you have enjoyed it for something a little bit different. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.